Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name's Marina. I am a certified lash tech based in Toronto, Canada, and I like making lash extension videos. Today we are going to be focusing on a textured mega volume set. I'm just going to give you some kind of tips on how this look was achieved and also some differences that are going to be made for the next set when she comes in for her refill, because she was a first client of mine. But before I get into everything, I do want to just mention that everything I'm sharing with you guys is completely subjective to what I like to do. So please go learn from other avenues if my techniques and methods may not work for you. So basically this set is a textured mega volume set in cat eye, and we went from 11 to 16. It's usually very dramatic in terms of increasing the sizes, but I think something that I will change for next time and that I talk to the client about is a more drastic increase in sizes. So when you start from a really small size and then obviously gradually go bigger, there is more of a, I guess, like noticeable growth from the inner to outer corner. I think that when I was creating this set, I don't really like to use too many sizes, especially because she didn't have that many lashes, like natural lashes. So I definitely had to kind of play around with it, especially as a first-time client. Sometimes they're not going to be liking the set in the beginning because they're new. So I think something you can do is always have a consultation with them prior to it, which I did. However, obviously sometimes it's not going to always come out the way that you want it to or that your client wants to, because if they are a new client, there's going to be so many new things to learn about that client, and they're going to be learning new things about your style as well. So I think next time what I'm going to do is try my best to go from 8 to 16. Now those are a lot of lengths, so if you're going to be working with that many lengths, I really recommend trying to map it out. So that's something I'm going to be doing, or just making sure that you're applying the same amount of lashes from the inner to outer corner to make it look symmetrical. So one thing that this client really liked was the fact that she gave me a reference photo that was a little bit on the wispy side, so I did end up adding some spikes. Now the downfall to that was that the entire set at the end didn't look as dense as a mega volume set would, and that is something that she mentioned to me. So what I did and offered her was to come back on a different day. This way I can kind of alter her set to how she wanted it to be. That includes the multiple sizes starting from 8, but also I'm probably going to remove all of the spikes and just add a bunch of fans. And I think that the way that I'm going to add texture this time would be to just add a little bit of bonder to the tips of the lashes. This way it doesn't look as spiky, it doesn't look as fluffy and can look more spiky, thus looking like it's giving texture without sacrificing the density of a mega volume set. Usually girls who want to get mega volume are looking for that fullness. However, it was a little bit hard communicating with her because she did say that she wanted it to be bold, but she also didn't want it to be too dense. So again, every client is different. Some are pickier than others. It's just about kind of talking to them and making sure that they're satisfied at the end of the day. When you're providing a service, I think the most important thing to remember, like I've mentioned in my other videos, is that you're trying to cater to the client as much as possible, but also in the same time, don't sacrifice your style. Every lash artist has a different style, and if it doesn't fit how you like to do lashes, then maybe they might not be the best fit for you. And that's totally okay. I mean, I've had sometimes clients, ask for something really specific, but that's just not how I do lash extensions. So I would kind of explain to them how I kind of achieve certain looks and why. And if they're still not satisfied with my answer or explanation, then I kind of reference them to another lash tech that might fit their needs better. Because at the end of the day, you want to keep the integrity of your work, because lashes are an art form and everybody has their own way of doing it. So don't sacrifice that, because it is really important, especially as your portfolio, meaning like your Instagram and the pictures that you share maybe on your website, people are gonna come to you because of how you do it and your style, and you're not gonna always fit everybody's needs. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. However, if you don't mind, trying new things and also altering your style to try a different style, by all means go ahead. It might not always turn out the way that you wanted it to, though, just because of the fact that it's kind of out of your comfort zone. So again, I mean, you can always talk to them, let them know, but it's always about what you want to do, because remember, at the end of the day, it's your business. Something else that I would kind of keep in mind is that I did find that when I was applying these lashes, my glue was drying very fast, and I don't know, for some reason, I'm not sure if everyone else has this issue, but for me, when I do mega volume, sometimes when I go and dip my lashes into the glue, it tends to dry a lot quicker, and I'm not sure why. So I think for next time, I might try buying a different glue, because my environment these days, because of the change of weather, has been very finicky and a little bit unreliable. So remember to just kind of always have 2 different glue speeds on hand with you. The one thing I was a little bit nervous about was the fact that she was going to go home and a bunch of lashes were going to fall out. But luckily, she's going to come back anyway, and we're going to alter her set. So at the end of the day, it's going to work out completely fine. And as you can see, I am using a normal isolation method. I know that some people use different taping methods, but for this set, she didn't have too many eyelashes. She did tell me she used to wear strip lashes, the glue-on ones, and from looking at her natural lashes, they did look a little bit damaged, so I'm guessing they were pulled out. So if they don't have too many eyelashes, you can always just isolate normally. But with mega volume, because the fans are so wide and you're trying to make such a dense look, it can be very hard to isolate. So if you guys want to see a video on taping methods, I could also do an updated one, because I have kind of changed the way I do that. I don't like to use the taping method, because I find that when you isolate using tape, it can rip out the lash extensions. But if you take away the tackiness, it won't always be that way. So that's something that I can touch upon if you guys want. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. I can also do an updated video on how to make mega volume fans. They are a lot thicker. For me, I don't know why, I find it a lot easier to fan. So that's something that I can do for you as well. But stay tuned to see the end results. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. Thanks. you.